Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm back on for well, I forgot to mention I wanted to add something onto my last video, but I didn't um I remembered it after I finished the video, but that's okay. So in First Corinthians 14:34, let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. Verse 35, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. So I guess there are people that really do this, that really take this literally. And, well, one, they are going by the law. And two, if a woman has believed the death, burial, and resurrection, and people say that they need to keep, and people say that a woman needs to keep silent in the churches and that they are not permitted to speak, and saying that it is a shame for a woman to speak in that church, in their church, well, like I said, they are going by the law. And if a born again believer, if a woman that is a born again believer has believed the death, burial, and resurrection, and people say that that woman needs to keep silent because it is a shame for them to speak in church, well, they are putting that woman who's a born again believer under the law. And we do not go under the law after we're saved, because because one, the woman, like I said, is has believed on Christ and she is saved, sealed until day of redemption. And two, once that woman has put her full trust on Christ, she is free from the law of sin and death. And not only that, but Christ has freed her from bondage. So that's why it's not literal, because Christ says in his word to walk by faith and not by sight. There's no following the law after we're saved, nor we do not, or people do not follow the law to be saved. The only way to be saved is by believing on Christ, believing that Christ died for our sins and he was buried and he rose again the third day according to the scriptures. So that is why people should not take that literally. Just read it and then just say, oh, well, the woman has to keep silence. They are not permitted to speak in church. And it is a shame for a woman to speak in church. No, it is not a shame for a woman to speak in church. It's not, because every woman has the right to speak in church, and every woman that has the gift of being a pastor can pastor a church. Women can be pastors. So, and I believe that God gives women the gift of being a pastor, including men. Men can be pastors and women can be pastors. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to bring to you tonight. And so people should not take that literally when it says that the woman should learn to be in silence, when there is a deeper answer to that. And I've explained it in my last video. So yeah, so when a woman is born again, I'm gonna say this one more time. So when a woman has believed the death, burial, and resurrection, and she has put her full trust on Christ, they don't need to keep silent in the churches. And it is not a shame for that woman to speak in church, because that would be it would be following the law if the woman had to keep silent in the church. If that woman was not permitted to speak in the church, and others say that it is a shame for a woman to speak in church. Not true. That is going by the law. And when someone tells a woman that, a woman that is born again, to say that they need to keep silent, well, they are trying to put that woman under the law, because the woman that has believed the death, burial, and resurrection is not only saved from the penalty of sin and death, and has been free from the law, but she has been free from bondage. And not having a woman not be permitted to speak in a church is going by the law. Because like I said, any woman can speak in church. They have the right to speak. It is controlling when someone says that a woman has to keep silence. And God does not control people. He gives them free will to speak and to do what they want to do. So that's why this should not be taken literally. It is metaphorically. And so, yeah, so I hope you all have a blessed day, and that is what I wanted to share. That I just remembered after I finished my first video. And so, yeah, so I hope you all have a blessed and safe day or night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.